Hey YouTube, Ryan here. I'm kind of new to making the videos, but I've been paying attention to a lot of the things going on in the knife community for a while. Just wanted to show you one of the projects I've had going on. This is this particular kukri, I don't believe actually has much of a name, but you can find it on budk.com. This was a Christmas present a year or two ago. I've been playing around with it. I put kind of a minor polish on the blade and did a forced patina with mustard. I don't know if you can really see it. It's lightened up a lot because I was out throwing it today. I probably need to clean it up a little bit, but some of the things I've done to it is the handle. You can look it up on Budk, but the handle looks actually a lot different than this when I got it. It has basically a steel butt plate here that's riveted on the back of it through an extension on the tang here, and the handle itself is more of an hourglass shape. It's thinner here in the middle with a groove put into it for grip, and then the top of it is actually a lot fatter than it is here. But with just a little bit of work on the bench grinder and some work with my Dremel tool as well, I shaped the handle down a whole lot because I realized when I was working with it, it was a little bit fat to get a grip on. I thinned it down a lot here in the middle, got rid of the ridge, which was actually pretty thick. It was at least it was probably close to a 1/4 inch thick around the center of the handle here. I think traditionally they put them on there to help you keep grip when you've got wet hands in battle, or I did some research, and I guess it's designed to keep your hands from sliding off the blade if they're bloodied, but you know, I'm not really worrying about anything like that. So I got rid of that and got rid of the butt plate. It was kind of not really well done anyway. It was coming off the handle a little bit. It had gaps on the front and back, so I just got rid of that, smoothed that out. It also made it much better for throwing. Just not having the butt plate, it's one less thing that can get damaged. And I cut into the handle here with my angle grinder and cleaned it up, so I had a little bit of a ricasso on this part here. I also took my Dremel tool and basically ground a little groove in here just for striking on a flint steel. It's a pretty good tool for the $20 that I paid for it, minus shipping. It's good solid construction, really thick tang through the handle especially. I don't know exactly why, but the tang does thin out towards the butt of the blade. I think these are stainless steel through the middle here, but it keeps a good edge. It's carbon steel, so it will rust if you don't take care of it. But if you're just looking for kind of a project blade to work on, this is a good one for the money. Another thing I've worked on here is this enlan el04, I believe it is. Kind of got turned on to the enlans by Senor Jobin's channel, and actually did a similar etch job, kind of similar to some of the stuff he's done. I don't know if you can see that. Basically it's just a etchant solution that you get at Radio Shack, and if you rough up the blade with a quick dip in the etch, wax will stick to it really well, and it will not eat through the wax, so you can basically put any design you want to on the blade here. I'm not going to try to do any kind of a tutorial or anything, because Jobin's got some really good tutorials on that. If you want to look at that, take a look at his channel. And then these are micarta scales on the handle, and I really like micarta, but the one kind of disadvantage it has to G10 is it doesn't have the same kind of grip. So I did some jimping into the back of the handle here and kind of followed that with some file work. Just basically used a rat tail file to bring that jimping down through the handle and kind of texturize that a little bit. And I really like Jobin's idea of putting the slot through the pivot screw here. This thumb stud wasn't actually on the blade when I got it. I did cut a slot in the back of that too, so it's removable. But the thumb stud that came with it was a little bit fatter. It didn't grip the thumb the way I like to. I know a lot of people just kind of catch it with their nail and flick it up, but I like to catch it with the meat of my thumb. And so this one is a little bit thinner, a little bit more aggressive style. So I switched that out. And then lastly, I put this wave opening groove in here with my Dremel tool. If any of you are looking into doing any kind of knife modifications, I would say a Dremel tool is definitely going to be your best bet as far as being able to have a usable tool that you can pretty much use for anything. And then I did this lanyard here. It's just leather. I butchered a belt that I got from the thrift store, just one of those braided leather belts, which is a really good way to get leather strapping if you don't have any laying around. And then this was just basically a square shaped spacer. It was hollow through the middle. I used my Dremel tool to shape it in this way. Just kind of put some grooves and stuff in it for a little bit better grip. But yeah, if you're wanting to look into modifying the knives you already have, or maybe researching some of the knives that you've heard about, I would say YouTube is probably the best source for a lot of that information, especially Senor Jobin's channel. Another channel that I like for just kind of getting ideas to do any of your modifications was Tough Thumbs. Tough Thumbs is really good, and also Gavco's channel has a whole lot of good stuff. So yeah, so that's pretty much my first video. I'm wanting to get in to a couple of other things, like some of the cold steel tomahawks and the modifications done on that. But I'll keep you posted. Have a good day.